Today, we're going to give a language biography as part of the language biography series for the Department of Languages and Cultures here at Lancaster University. I'm Nathan.
My name is Maria, and I'm a Spanish teacher here in Lancaster University.
And I am a final year French and Spanish student here in the Department of Languages and Cultures at Lancaster University. So, Maria, which languages do you speak? What has been your language journey?
Well, I speak English, obviously, and because I live here, Spanish is my mother tongue, and I speak German as well. And you?
So I speak English as my first language, and through university, I have studied French and Spanish, and through studying and living in Spain, I've also learned a lot of Catalan as well.
Well, when and where did you start learning languages?
So I had studied French at sixth form, and I have an A-level in French, and then I decided, having traveled to Mexico and visited Mexico, I wanted to learn a new language upon coming to university, and that language should be Spanish. I then spent 6 months studying at a university in Spain, in Barcelona, where I studied Catalan and continued traveling around the region to practice it. And which languages have you studied?
Well, English is compulsory in Spain, in the primary and secondary school. And then after that, at the university, I have to study 2 languages. And so English again was compulsory. So I decided to start with German. So why did you start or continue learning?
So I continued learning French because I thought it was a language I really enjoyed learning. It was very interesting and sort of fun to be able to learn all the different words and the grammar and put it all together like a big jigsaw piece, jigsaw puzzle to make a coherent sentence. And I decided to start learning Spanish because, as I said, I'd visited Mexico. I was very intrigued by Spanish and Latin American culture, and wanted to be able to immerse myself in that. So why did you start learning English and German?
Well, I studied learning. I continue learning English because when I went to London when I was 18 to work as an au pair, I just realized that I like it, that I wanted to communicate with everybody. And German is just because I just wanted to have a second language. Nathan, what was difficult? Because for me, it's very difficult, the grammar. When I study a language, the grammar is very difficult. And to apply the grammar in my speaking is very difficult. What is difficult for you?
Certainly, learning languages is difficult, but it's very rewarding. For me, the most difficult thing is probably learning new vocabulary. It's a very good test of memory, but a lot of the time, the words don't correspond directly to what they look like in English. Sometimes they don't work the same way as they would do in English. So it's all about learning the intrinsic details of language to be able to use it properly. I'd say that is the most difficult thing for me.
What is the best thing about learning languages?
The best thing for learning languages is definitely being able to speak to somebody in their first language. It's the language in which they feel most comfortable and they're best able to express themselves, to get their emotions across to you, to really make you understand what they're thinking and feeling. It's also very humbling to be able to hear somebody speak your native language, to know that they've put the time and effort into learning it.
For me as well, the culture, because when you learn a language, you learn as well the culture and you understand better people around the world. And yeah, like you, traveling and be able to speak with everybody. Nathan, which language would you like to learn in the future?
So I would love to continue learning more languages in the future. In September, I'd like to start learning a new language, which would be either German, because I think it's very important in European business and it's a very employable language, or Italian, because I think Italy has a very rich culture with lots of history, beautiful artwork, and also very tasty food as well.
I would like to practice a little bit more my German because since I'm living here in English, I don't speak German that much. And I would like to give a second chance to French. So I would like to, because when I go on holidays in Spain, there is a lot of French people, and I would like to speak with my neighbors. So yeah. So anyway, I hope that you enjoy this and that you join us to learn languages here in Lancaster University.
Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Bye.
Muchas gracias.
Adios.